But we start with a news alert. These new flyers blanketing the metro area. Jessica Ridgeway missing now for nearly 4 days. Police asking you to take a good look at these pictures and call them if you see her.
Officials searching today by land and by air in at least 2 different communities. Jessica was last seen Friday morning walking to school from her home in Westminster. Her backpack found yesterday 6 miles away in Superior. Police and dogs scouring the areas for any sign of the missing 10-year-old.
7 News with live team coverage of the search for Jessica. Marshall Zellinger asking questions about a reported child enticement less than 24 hours before Jessica's disappearance. And right now, 7 News reporter Mark Stewart investigating the latest clues in Jessica's case. He's live in Westminster. Mark?
And Mike, even though it's dark, there is still an intensity about this case. All evening long here at the police department, we have seen investigators from Westminster, the FBI, and other federal agencies. This as Jessica's mother makes her first public appearance since her little girl disappeared. Wearing a purple top, Jessica Ridgway's mother makes an emotional journey. She walks down the same street where her daughter was last seen heading to school early Friday morning. At the same time, FBI agents stop cars, talk to neighbors, and search garages and homes.
I'm just watching the house for a friend of mine.
Steve Kessel's house was one of many on Moore Street swept by investigators, including the upstairs attic.
I'm just helping out.
And like several neighbors, he too faced some questions.
They're just asking, do you see any suspicious things going on in the neighborhood? Different vehicles.
Right now, no suspects, no person of interest. Police say everything is on the table as they depend on tips from the public to find this 10-year-old girl.
We can't tell you enough how important all of those pieces of information are, no matter how small of a piece you think it may play in this investigation.
An investigation that has an entire community rooting for the safe return of this little girl.
I hope a speedy happiness for this lady, putting the kid back in her mom's arms.
As we've been reporting over the weekend, Jessica's backpack and water bottle were found in a separate subdivision, a different subdivision about 6 miles away. Today, we've learned those items have now been taken to a CBI lab for testing. Our next update from Westminster Police tomorrow morning at 6:30. We'll be live with that here on Denver 7. For now, we are live in Westminster. Mark Stewart, 7 News.
And flyers are ready to go. People wanting to help are signing up and picking up flyers here that have Jessica Ridgway's picture showing her with and without glasses. This motorhome a gathering place for people looking to get the word out.
Like everyone's just coming in and helping out. And everyone has the same feeling. We just have the same goal. We want Jessica home safely.
And they will be at this same location on Wadsworth Parkway in Westminster again tomorrow to hand out flyers in the hope that more people will come by, pick some up, and plaster the posters all over the place.
Parents at Jessica's school keeping a very close eye on their kids tonight. We spoke with one whose son sits next to Jessica in class. She says it is hard to explain what's happening.
We're going the route of just being honest with them that, we don't know what happened to her. We don't know where she is or what exactly happened. And when we do, we will sit down and talk to them. Right now, we're just helping them to stay positive and hope that they find her.
Kids can't even be kids anymore in these days. They have to be constantly watched by an adult, and they have to constantly watch themselves. It's just not fair.
Again, investigators say there's no indication at this point that there is a random child abductor on the loose.
Now, we know one of the tips Westminster Police is investigating, a report of a child enticement in Arvada. 7 News reporter Marshall Zellinger live tonight. And Marshall, this report was made less than 12 hours before Jessica disappeared.
4 girls here at Lawrence Elementary School in Arvada reported seeing a suspicious van on Thursday. That's still being investigated by Arvada police. Tonight, when I asked Westminster authorities, is this the focus of your investigation, I was told no. Then I asked, has it been eliminated as a possibility? Again, I was told no.
It felt like we were getting followed by the car.
As Raina, her sister Sierra, and 2 friends walked home from Lawrence Elementary Thursday, they saw a suspicious white van.
We started running and the car turned around the other street and parked in front of us.
The girls ran to a nearby fire station, but when they saw a fire truck leaving, they ran back to school.
We told the principal what happened and she called the cops.
Within a couple hours, a recorded message was sent to the parents of Lawrence Elementary students. Quote, a white van was parked on the side of the road. The girls walked on and the van followed them. The girls became nervous and returned to school. We called the police, who are now investigating.
And then it was just scary because the very next day is when the other little girl came up missing.
When Christina Camacho heard about Jessica Ridgway's disappearance, she thought about what her daughters experienced a day earlier.
Since that happened with Jessica the next day, I think that it should have been made public.
Arvada police have not put out an alert because it's still being investigated.
What we don't want to do is put a bunch of information out there and create a sense of panic that there doesn't need to be.
Another reason Arvada police are cautious about going public about the Lawrence case. Last month, they got a report of a suspicious pickup following a couple kids. Well, 2 days later, they discovered that it was a nearby resident driving slowly in the neighborhood looking for a lost dog. Again, Arvada police investigating this case and Westminster police not ruling it out in the disappearance of Jessica Ridgeway. Reporting live, Marshall Zellinger, 7 News.
As lines of volunteers and search crews scour fields in Superior and Westminster, the governor says he, like all of us, is hoping for her safe return.
Everybody is affected and everybody is very, very concerned and doing everything we can.
2 community vigils planned for Jessica tomorrow night. The Light Up the Night for Jessica events will take place at 7 p.m., one at the Community Park in Superior, the other at Kensington Park in Westminster. Organizers are asking participants to bring flashlights to shine into the sky and to wear purple and green ribbons. Stay with 7 News for continuing coverage of the search for Jessica. We'll bring you any breaking information on this case right here on 7 News and thedenverchannel.com.